So that would be inventory cost would be B1 plus B2 plus B3 multiplied by 30 plus production cost would be 400 multiplied by the units produced at Atlanta. There is sorry, plus 360 multiplied by the units produced in Phoenix. So this is our total objective: minimization of the inventory plus minimization of the production. Now coming to the constraints. What should be our constraints? This B1, B2 and B3, B1, B1, comma B2, comma B3 should be minimal, right? So this amount should be minimal. B1, B2, B3 minimal, that is BI should be greater than or equal to 0. It cannot be negative. What will be the other constraints? X, I, comma J cannot be more than 300. Each plant can produce only maximum 300. Should be less than or equals to 300. And this thing will also be should also be greater than or equals to 0. Units produced cannot be less than 0. And so that's it. We have to simply convert this into our spreadsheet. I'll tell you how to do that. Copy and paste it now. So these are the decision variables, right? So delete this and make them as gray. This is the demand. So let's set this as 0. This is equals to sum of this plus this minus demand. This is equals to sum of this plus this to this minus demand, and there are no restriction on this. So this is a variable, and on all this we need to also put the cost and price for this. These units have a maximum production of 300, so we'll put something like this, maximum monthly production, something as 300 and 300. We'll move this one to here, and we'll move plan to here. So, and this is the beginning inventory of each month. So what will be our production cost? We have to minimize the cost, where we'll have to do the objective production cost from Atlanta, and Phoenix. Per unit is per unit in Atlanta is 400, and Phoenix is 360. So the total cost would be sum of total units produced multiplied with the unit cost. We'll have to stretch the formula, so we'll have to keep the column same but the row different. So we'll keep the column same and the row different, same here. So drag the formula, see the same thing, good. And on top of production cost there would be inventory cost, and inventory cost is at $30 per unit and should be equals to sum of all these three. Sum of this to this, okay. Sum of all beginning inventory multiplied with the inventory cost, and we'll give you our total cost is equal to sum of all these three. So this is our objective. This we have to minimize this by moving these variables. Now we'll go to the data and go to the solver. We have to minimize the objective, so objective is this, and we have to minimize this. The variable cells are this, and our constraint is b1, b2, b2 should be greater than or equal to 0. These three be greater than or equals to 0. Then Xij is less than equals to 300. For reference, all of this should be less than equals to 300. Yeah. Let's set it. And everything, all of these should be less than equals to 300. Okay, and all of this has to be greater than equals to 0. Okay, so now if we look at the solution, you see Atlanta production in month 3 and finished production in month 3 is 0. That means we have missed out on some details. We have to go back and refine our model. We'll have to see where we had went wrong. As you can see, we had made the beginning constraints. We have set the beginning constraints here. B1, B2, B3 is greater than 0, which is correct. But we haven't set any supply constraint. That means is the demand. Is the demand. For these two constraints, you fulfill. But because we didn't have a B4, we did not fulfill for this supply. It made production is 0. So we need to have one more set of constraints, and that would be B3. That means the beginning inventory of month 3 plus production in month 3 in Atlanta and production in Venice in month 3 minus the demand 500 should be greater than or equals to 0. This is an additional constraint. That means we have to make sure that the supply, including the beginning inventory and the production, meets the demand. So for that, we can create like this is the ending inventory of month 3, which is equals to this plus this plus this minus this. Ending inventory month 3. So let's go back and add that constraint back. So add one more constraint, and that is this should be greater than equals to 0. Okay, now solve it. So this is your final solution. Optimal solution has 0 beginning inventory, reducing the inventory cost, and the production in Atlanta for month 1, 2 and 3 are 0, 100, 200. For Phoenix it is 300, 300 and 300.